back to the channel. This time, we are going to be taking a look at the Nocturne Reveal. I admit it, I was wrong in my predictions. I thought it was going to be Yorick. Obviously, not Yorick, though I did mention Nocturne could be a possibility. And it would seem it was Nocturne. Oh well, let's just jump right into it and see what we got here. Brings the nightmares. Wait, that is not Nocturne. That is Shroud of Darkness. Oh, spell shield. Because Shadow Isle is needed. Spell shield. Okay. 1 mana burst. The next time you summon an ally this round, give it +1 and spell shield this round. This is the nightmare synergy. Oh, this is such big nightmare synergy. Holy crap! This allows you to play nightmares on curve. That's why they showed this first, because this makes the Nightfall synergy work. Holy crap! Nightfall bonus if this is not the first card you play in the round. Alright. Nocturne is a 4/5/3. Interesting. So it's like Ash stat line with Fearsome. Fearsome keyword is kind of a mute point because 3 health and 3 attack minions will trade into that 3 health anyways. Vulnerable. Okay, Nightfall. Grant an enemy vulnerable and give enemies -1 attack this round. Okay. You've attacked with 5+ Nightfall enemies. Alright, so you don't have to activate Nightfall, you just have to attack with them. So this is more of an aggro concept. This is that fearsome aggro concept that I was talking about. Nocturne fits that. Okay. Level up. Alright. Okay. Terrorize foes weakened by fear. Fearsome. Other allies have fearsome when you play a unit. Gives enemies -1 attack this round. So it gives other allies fearsome. So basically encourages you to not have units with fearsome so that you can give it to them later with Nocturne. And have a solid fearsome aggro deck. Huh. All this just screams aggro, because fearsome is not the type of keyword you want to have later on in the game. And the -1 attack is to synergize with that fearsome. And I assume this procs every round. Or maybe not. Alright. Unspeakable Horror. A 2 mana fast spell. Drain 1 from anything. Nightfall. Create a random Nightfall card in hand. These are the kind of spells that Nightfall needed. It's like a worse file piece, but it has the possibility to give you a Nightfall card. Well, wait, that's more Wraith color synergy. Oh yeah, Fearsome. This is Fearsome. Oh my gosh, Nocturne just screams Fearsome Nightfall synergy. Okay, so looks like we're having a revamp of the Fearsome style decks that we know and love. I do not love them. Yes. So, looking back, yep. Shroud of Darkness is probably probably his champ spell. Because this synergizes so well with Nocturne and gives him all the flavor that Nocturne has. Because Nocturne in League of Legends has a spell shield. He has a fear. So, flavor wise, all these cards serve Nocturne really well. And it serves an archetype that has kind of fallen off as of late. So, in general, I think I like Nocturne. I think I do like Nocturne. I like his stat line. It reminds me a lot of Ash, and he's basically Shadow Isle's Ash, but with Fearsome instead of Frostbite. And though I would argue that Ash is a bit stronger overall because they kind of do the same thing. They kind of do the same role, except one is less reliable. But, if you're going for a Fearsome deck, yes. I want to know what that card is. In fact, we're going to go to the Twitter right now to take a look at the cards. Alrighty! Now we are taking a look at the Nocturne cards. And by the looks of it, there's not as many as I thought there would be. Interesting. Alright, so we have Nocturne, obviously. Unspeakable Horrors. Nocturne's Unspeakable Horrors. Oh, this is Nocturne's champion card. I could have sworn it would have been Shroud of Darkness. Well, I mean, it still has really good synergy with Nocturne. And it does, at worst, it's like a slightly worse Vile Feast. And Vile Feast is a really solid card. So I don't really see the problem with it. And generally, you're not using Vile Feast first. Generally. So, yeah. This is a fine card. Probably, I don't know if you would run it over Vile Feast. I mean, if you're going full into the Nightfall synergy, you might. Or you might run it with. Who knows? I gotta get my hands on it before I say anything about it. So, Stalking Shadows. Pick a follower from the top 4 in your deck. Draw it. Shuffle the rest into deck. Then create an ephemeral copy in hand. Pick a follower from the top 4 cards of your deck. Draw it. Shuffle the rest into your deck. Then create an ephemeral copy in hand. Okay, so you draw the real one and an ephemeral version of it. Got it. And that's for 2 mana. What? That's crazy! This is amazing! This also screams aggro, because, like, aggro generally wants bodies as soon as possible. This is 2 mana burst. So if you want to trigger the Nightfall while getting some card advantage, you play this, you get the 2 cards, and then you can play the Nightfall. Then, on the next turn, you have an ephemeral. You can drop the ephemeral, and therefore trigger more Nightfall. Because, you don't want that. Even if you get a card that has Nightfall on it and you make a copy of it with ephemeral, generally you don't want to proc the Nightfall for an ephemeral unit that's going to die the next turn. So it encourages you to drop something to drop and proc the Nightfall. So this has the possibility of proccing 2 Nightfalls with much ease, while also giving you some good pick and choose card advantage. Nice! This is a nice card. Really nice. I think it serves this sort of aggro direction that they're giving some Shadow Isles. Because Shadow Isles has always been known as the region that slows things down, and now they're getting some aggro tools. Shroud of Darkness, we've seen it. Really strong. It gives you +1 attack and spell shield, where it generally if you have something like Nocturne, where Nocturne is pretty frail, and can easily die to spells, Spell Shield fixes that. And of course, the Fearsome and the Vulnerability also make it sure that he won't die on that first turn. Very good. And then Risen Mist. 4 mana burst speed card. Is that worth it? To summon a Mistwraith? I mean, okay, so Mistwraiths scale and attack and have Fearsome. So, generally, you don't want to play this actually on turn 4. You want to play this later on in the game when you've already built up really big Mistwraiths, and then it becomes worth it. Mistwraiths themselves are a 2 mana 2/2. So you're basically playing 2+ mana, though that is in spell mana, to summon a Mistwraith at burst speed, mind you. Burst speed is important because you can play this and then use it to defend or attack, or like buff up your open attack in the first round, and it just scales when you have more Mistwraiths that you have played, which you can play the Mistwraith straight up and have the Mistcaller. Yeah. I think I like that. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I think this is enough support for a Fearsome deck to appear. Definitely. You'll run things like Mistcaller, Risen Mist. You would definitely run Stalking Shadows and Shroud of Darkness, and you would run all those early game Nightfall cards that we saw before, like Doom Beast, and would you run Doom Beast? You might want to run Deadbloom Wanderer instead, or something, or a better 3-drop Fearsome. Yeah, you would also run the Fearsome Spider thing that oh gosh, I've forgotten the name of it. It's been so long since I've played with it. You might even go into spiders playing with Elise for that the other part of the aggro, because I mean spiders is technically aggro. So Fearsome Spider deck with Nocturne and Elise. That could be really good. Yeah, I think that's probably the direction you want to play, not put Nocturne in. Definitely a solid card that has a foreseeable home. Really easy on this one. Don't have to make second guesses. Though, with that being said, does how good would that be to have a Fearsome archetype? Because I mean, there are a plethora of 3-attack units now. This might not be enough. No, it should be enough. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm torn. This is either enough synergy with Fearsome to make it playable, but I don't think it's enough to make it like tier 1. That's what I'm gonna go with. It's enough to be playable, but not enough to be tier 1. I think that is a fair assessment of these cards and Nocturne in general. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed this reaction, and I hope you all stay healthy out there. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.